You are an attorney. You took a different route, right? So you didn't do big law. You went into entrepreneurship. You started companies. Now you're angel investing, etc. Right? So walk us through that decision making as to why you took that route, and then I'll have a follow up question further, along about the companies that you invested in.
Yes, great question. My last year of law school, my plan was to go into big law. I was going to do international M&A. My plan was to go work at the best firms. I was aiming at Skadden, work at the best firms, get a ton of contacts, know the top people at top, and have money, and then go out and create my business. That was the original plan. During my last year of law school, I was studying abroad in Brazil, and I was actually supposed to do an internship at Skadden while I was down there under the global head of Latin America, but I didn't have a work visa, so I couldn't do that internship. And I said, okay, let me go volunteer and help out. Brazil, for lack of a better term, is a third world country in many instances. So let me go volunteer my skills. If one of the best firms in the world wants me, I can go find something to do over here. I couldn't find anything. And I had another friend who also was at White and Case, and she couldn't find anything. So I said, let me build something for that. Learned a lot. I think entrepreneurship a lot is about failing and just continuing forward. Did not make any money. I came out, I didn't take the bar. My mom and my friends were mad. So my friends at that point were making 160K out of law school. I made, I think, 2,500, and I put some of that investment in myself the whole year. So I'm in my mom's house.
Wow. Vanderbilt law too, by the way, right?
I'm in my mom's house, and she's looking at me, right? Like, this guy, what's going on? So fast forward, I licked my wounds. I said, okay, I divested to my investors. I said, okay, let me go get my license. Let me figure it out. I did that. I got some cash together, but once the entrepreneurship bug bites you, it got you. My second venture was in e-commerce, much more successful. Really enjoyed it, but that was just about money. I'm going to fast forward to today. I'm on my third and fourth company now. But building companies and being in spaces, most of the times I was just the only black face in a space, right? Only black face, and trying to raise money, trying to talk to people. And I didn't mind. I grew up being in uncomfortable spaces, so I didn't mind it, but I wanted to open doors for other people. And it started off, I think, 8 years ago. I started doing some sweat equity deals. 7 years ago, I started doing some sweat equities for 2 years. Ran out of time. So I then started doing some cash deals. And from then on, I was mostly focused on the US because that's what I knew, right? I grew up here. I was born in Ghana, but raised here, so that's what I knew. And I said, okay, let me start learning about investing in Africa. And doing that, I said, okay, what's the best way to do it? I could go there, but I still have my companies. Or I can start going a lot of the Ivies at this time. We didn't have Chancellor Capital and AFA in the US yet. They ran a program called, usually African Business Conferences that was held by the African clubs in those schools. So that's how I became educated. And during one of those conferences at Georgetown, Eric was the speaker. So I was actually I wasn't planning to invest for another year. I think this was 3 years ago. I wasn't planning to invest for another year. But 2 months later, Eric had me my first deal. He pushed me in the water. Just to circle back, when you're chasing your dreams and when you're trying to do something, a lot of people won't understand. But if you really are willing to do the work, so many people want you to succeed, and people who want you to succeed will help you eventually. They'll find you and you'll help. I found so many black, brown, etc., even white people, right, who were willing to help. It took time, and I didn't realize how many people when I was at a certain level. There's people who want you to win. There's people who will support you. Don't quit.